Braw, braw lads, on Gala water, bonny lads, on Gala water. Let them all say what they will, the gree is aye wi' Gala water. O tower yon moss, o tower.
Good evening everyone, my name is Bill White and as President of the Braw Lads Gathering I am privileged to welcome you all to our virtual Civic reception which is traditionally held each year on the Thursday evening of the Braw Lads Week. The Civic reception, or as it is more commonly called today, the Overseas reception, was without any doubt the brainchild of ex-Provost Dalgleish. The former Provost had visited Canada some years before the first gathering and was so overwhelmed by the hospitality extended to him on his visit by his Canadian friends that he felt it only proper for those who had taken the time to return from overseas for the gathering should be extended some form of hospitality as well. The then Provost Hayward fully backed the suggestion, thus the Civic reception was born. The first Civic reception took place in the Town Hall on the Thursday evening before the gathering, where the visitors were entertained by speeches and songs as well as a very welcome cup of tea. The former Provost and current Provost had already entertained the visitors the previous day with a surprise bus tour in the afternoon through the Tweed Valley or the Scott Country. This tour finished up in the Elwyn Glen where a picnic was held, and again they were entertained with songs as well as music from members of the pipe band. A Civic reception has been held every year since the inception of the gathering and always on the Thursday night of the gathering, with the exception of the 3 Friday gatherings when it was held on the Wednesday evening after the return from Torwood Lee. Various venues have hosted the reception as well as the Old Town Hall. These include the Borough Chambers itself, the Galashiels Academy Hall and its current home in the Volunteer Hall. The format over the years has changed very little, with the visitors still being entertained with verse and song, although for a few years a dance was introduced. However, this practice does not take place today. The number of visitors who return to the town varies from year to year, and for a while in the 70s and 80s the reception was opened up to anyone residing out with a radius of 40 miles from Galashiels itself. This practice does not take place today, and the reception is only open to those visitors who are returning from overseas, hence the reasoning behind the name Overseas Reception.
Hello everyone, my name is Neil Kimber and I am the Vice Chairman of the Braw Lads Executive Council. In a normal year, one of my duties would be to compare the entertainment part of the overseas reception. So tonight, in what is another unusual year, I have been asked to carry out this task. Without any more ado, I will kick off this evening's entertainment. Our first performance tonight is by Emily Coom. Emily is a 4th year student at Gala Academy, and tonight she will sing Hills o' Gala. The words and music for this song were written by the late Barclay Scott, who was an attendant at the Braw Lads Gathering in 1951. Barclay himself was an accompanist at many a Braw Lads function. Throughout the evening, we are going to hear from a number of Galashiels exiles. First up are the Amos family from New Zealand, Scott being Braw lad in 1961.
Hello, my name is Karen, and these are my parents, Myra and Scott Amos. We left Scotland in 1965 and settled into life in New Zealand. My dad still has wonderful memories of the great honour of being Braw lad in 1961 and the feeling of carrying the Burrell flag supported by his Braw lass, Irene, and his attendants. This was a day in his life that he has treasured and will never forget. And as a family, we are very proud of him and what this honour represents. We would like to raise a glass to you all back in Bonnie, Scotland. Cheers.
Cheers.
Where would our festivals be without our bands? Next on the agenda tonight is Galashiels ex-service pipe band. Since 1930, the band have played at every gathering and are an integral part of Braw Lads Day. The tune we are about to hear them play is Blue Bonnets Over the Border, which they play when they lead the Braw lad on horseback into the War Memorial to dip the flag. We are now going to hear from our next exiles from across the pond in the USA, Ian Bell and his sister Ann Serafin.
Hello everyone, and greetings from the United States of America in the wee town of Whippany in the state of New Jersey. For you that dinna kennies, which will be about 97% of yous, my name is Ian Bell. I was born in Galashiels and grew up in Langley on Kenilworth Avenue. Immigrated to the United States in 1968 with my sister Ann Serafin, who now bides in Florida. My mum Isabel Scott and my dad Ian Bell, both frae Gally, were attendants in the Gala Day in 1950 and 1951. My mum and dad are both deceased now, but at their request their ashes are spread up the Gulfie. Didn't tell the authorities though. I've been back a few times and attended the Gala Day. I had an amazing time in 2015 and got the royal treatment as overseas visitors. There was 13 of us that came back that year, bringing my mum's ashes back. Although I've been away for over 50 years, there's no a New Year's or a Gala Day that goes by where we dinna toast good old Gally. As I look around the house, I always see wee reminders and pictures of Scotland and especially my home town Galashiels. The pride in the town grows each year I'm away. I ken there's been a lot of changes and I was hoping to get back for the past 2 years to visit my auntie Nan Scott Turner and my cousins Karen and Jackie, but that bloody COVID hit. I also have an auntie and uncle in Hoyk, but this isn't their day, this is the Gala Day. However, I wanted to point out that my auntie Myra was an attendant in 1952, so that's no bad. Here's hoping next year we'll be able to celebrate in person. I wish all the Galileans and the Braw lad and Braw lass and their attendants a fantastic 2021. Hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. Cheers the now.
Hello, and how exciting that you're having a virtual gala week. My name is Bell Ann Serafin, and I was born in Gala and emigrated to America in 1968. I now live in sunny and very warm Florida. I was brought up following the Gala Day. My father, Ian Bell, was an attendant in 1950, and my mother, Isabel Scott Bell, was an attendant in 1951. Also, my Aunt Myra Bell, who was my father's sister, was an attendant in 1952. But it all started the very first Gala Day with my uncle Henny Bell as an attendant. So our family has quite a connection to the Gala Day. I've been back for many Gala Days, but one of the best memories for me was when I came back in 2011 with my mother to celebrate her 60th anniversary of being an attendant. She was so thrilled to be there, and the biggest highlight for her that year was that she had the honor of sashing the Braw lass. In 2015, we brought my mother's ashes back so she could be back in Gala. That year, there were 13 of our family members from America that attended the Gala Day and all the functions that week, especially the Overseas Visitors Concert. We all had a wonderful time. I had been hoping to come back this year to celebrate the Gala Day, but as we all know too well that with COVID-19, we have had to put these plans on hold. So I was so thrilled to be asked to do this small video to be part of the virtual gathering this year. I still have lots of family members in Gala, and I hope that they and all the Galileans stay safe and that the gathering will take place next year and I can be there in person to celebrate with everyone. I have a CD of all the Gala songs, and I'm not sure if you can hear it in the background now, but I listen to it all the time. I never want to forget the words as I play it and sing along at the top of my voice, especially Braw lads and Gala's Braw lasses. Speaking of not wanting to forget the words to the Gala songs, this April I went to celebrate another Gala lass who lives in Florida. Her name is Eleanor Brighton Barraclough, and she just turned 101. Two of my friends and I wore black and white and had the words to Gala's Braw lasses. Of course, she was thrilled to hear that and sang along with every word. I hope I can still be like that at that age. So even though this lassie left Gala in 1968, you can never take the Gala out of the lassie. Have a great virtual gathering and hope to see you all in person real soon. Thank you.
Next, we have our own Toon Band. Founded in 1834, the band have been in the process of rebuilding in recent years, and it was great to see them leading the 2019 Braw Lads Parade for the first time in nearly 30 years. Tonight they are going to play a medley of gathering tunes. All the way from Australia, we have our next exile, a childhood neighbour of mine in Langley, and a very well-known character. We have Gavin Welsh.
Hi, Gavin here. Happy Gala Day. I believe we're having a virtual one this year. Bit of a shame, but never mind. I'm sure next year it will come back and it'll be 10 times better than it ever was. You'll see people you haven't seen for years, no doubt. I left Gala about 16 years ago. I came over to a place called Yeppoon, beautiful Yeppoon. As you can see, it's a great place to live, but nonetheless, I miss Gala like you wouldn't believe. Fond memories of the Gala Day, that's for sure. Came right back to 1968 at the school when I was just a young whippersnapper. I always remember the King and Queen, or the Braw lad and lass, coming and used to get a Mars bar and a bottle of Coke and getting away early, which was the theme for many years after it, and it was great. I think I look forward to getting away for school early every year. God almighty. Anyway, things like that, and living up Wood Street, watching the horses coming down and doing all the things on the Gala Day itself, bloody the fancy dress and the carnival dance, and bloody then come to the big day itself, the Saturday. That was great. In the earlier years it was the skill sports and whatever, but as things came along, you're getting older and having a few beers and whatever, you used to go around all the establishments and meet everybody. It was great. One thing about Gala is everybody comes together and it's fantastic. We are one. Being a person from Gala, very proud to come from Gala, but very proud to come from the Scottish borders in the bigger picture. But Dennis Murray and I, that's the young Dennis Murray, saying young, he's 60 years old, the same as me, but yeah, we used to go up the Mole Hill and have a few beers, and a few meaning two, and being drunk, and then go to the shows. And that was the days of your high-waisted bell-bottom trousers with the wedge shoes and the big cowboy hats with the ribbons hanging off it. My God, what a state we were! But nevertheless, it was part of what we did, and part of everything that was about what we were young in the Gala Day. Right, I'm off now, but I'm telling you, I will be over as soon as it opens up again and we get the right to travel. Whether I can make it over in the gallery, I don't know. But anyway, have a great day. I'll see you all soon, hopefully, and take care. Cheers.
Past President John Gray is next to perform. John is a well-kent face in off the borders and needs no introduction because of his links with the gathering, rugby and other connections. John will recite a poem from Poems of the Borderland by George Hope Tate. Baillie George Hope Tate was one of the Galashiels Town Council members on the Executive Council in 1929-30. Together with Mr. W.D. Ritchie, the Director of Education at the time, they researched the town's history and were two of the founding members of the Braw Lads gathering. The poem, written by Baillie Tate, is entitled The Border Gala Day, or Ganderscleugh Gathering. Within its verses, Baillie Tate describes in poetic terms the historic ceremonies carried out by the Braw lad, Braw lass and attendants on the gathering morning.
We're on our way to Ganderscleugh, where all the Braw lads rally. The gallants to the Raidstane ride, it was there the English raiders died, and Gala won her arms with pride, the sour plumes o' Gala. Wi' flattering flags who crossed the Tweed, Sir Walter was our ally. The lad and lass with spur and crup, dismount and drink a stirrup cup, a custom we'll aye keep up tween Abbotsford and Gala. We've royal history at our cross, who busk the Altoon brawly, and there with the rose and the thistle entwined serene, where Scotland took an English queen, right in the heart o' Gala. One glorious song of pastoral bliss melodiously throbs the valley. From every throat the chorus wells, for Burns' praise, reverberate dwells, and pulsates nightly frae the bells, the Braw lads o' Gala. At noon, our Braw lad seeks the shrine, made mortal wi' war's tally, and alone as if he's the flower of chivalry, he hails that tower and waits for the memorial hour that stirs the soul o' Gala. No border pennon ever dipped in reverential rally can such a homage match before the horsemen on the watch, and valiant spirit seems to catch the grand romance o' Gala. We'll welcome all our exiles hame to join this great reveille. They'll see the Eildons towering vast, and pleasures that outview the past, and surging crowds acclaim at last the bravest lad in Gala. With truth and trust, we'll weave our web and await the bright finale. The beauty of that poet's lay, it's the song that crowns our gathering day. O Braw lads, o Gala.
Galashiels is unique in that its principals dance a sixsome reel. Initially, the principals danced an eightsome reel, but in 1995, when our election system changed, this was no longer practical. Who better to explain this reel in some archived footage than its creator, the late Ann Naismith.
When I was asked to do this reel, I had to think about it for a little while, and I decided, well, it was about the Braw lads gathering. It had to be about a gathering. What's a gathering? It's a meeting of people and a mixing of people. And usually circles meet. We all meet with friends in our circles. So I decided it had to be simple, well, so that the young people could dance it without having to worry too much. So I decided we'd have a chorus at the beginning. And the first part represents the meeting of the principals on Declaration Night, the meeting with their parents and all the other friends and visitors. And that was the beginning of the first part of the reel. The next part was to be something to do with each of them as individuals. So each couple has a little bit to do on their own, and that represents the various ceremonies they do and the mixing of the roses. And it's just all about the history of the town. The end of it is just the repetition of the beginning, another chorus. But it represents all the meetings where they go out to visit all the other principals, go to the ride-outs, visit the various other towns, and it's a very simple, nice reel. And if I may add, all the young people I've worked with are wonderful, and they have really appreciated the reel, and I have had the privilege of working with all these nice young people and have enjoyed every minute of it.
So Gala Week itself kicks off for you guys at the country dance on the Friday prior to Braw Lads Week. That's the first time you get to dance the reel in front of people. How did that make you feel? Was it quite nerve-wracking or?
Yeah.
I don't think I never taken in that there was an audience there. I was just worried about getting it right. So
Everyone's a live show though. There's always going to be something that goes wrong, but
that's
how you just need to keep going and not make it obvious really.
The audience that are there are keen
country
dancers as well.
Say that. It's
You're
not
so
normal
paranoid.
audience. It's people that are experienced country dancers.
They'll pick up little steps and things.
They'll be checking out your every move.
Yeah.
I'm a good dancer, so I don't have to worry.
Are you okay? I'm not sure about that. So who was keeping everyone right during the reel? Who do you think was...
Probably me. Nah.
I would definitely was me. I'd say
Amy,
one
I
of the
think.
girls.
I think
Amy
it
or
was
Alex.
Amy.
Yeah.
Amy Thompson, yeah,
Yeah.
she kept you right. That's
Yeah.
good. And who was worse for getting the wrong steps? Who do you think was the...
Probably me, 100%.
No, one time I was going the wrong way and you did pull me the right way.
That's a shock.
You made up for it, Greg.
We do help each other.
Our final exile to speak tonight is from another well-known Gala family. Currently residing in South Africa, we have Bob Burrell.
Hello, Braw Lads Gathering. It's Bob Burrell here from Cape Town. Except I'm not in Cape Town, I'm in good old Galley because it's that time of year and it's the Braw Lads Gathering. I have enjoyed coming back this time of year, the last few years, timed specially to be for the Gala Day, except it's not happening this year. More's the pity. A couple of years ago, it was a real honour after the overseas concert to sash the Braw Lass. That was a real thrill, and I went back to Cape Town and bragged to anybody that would listen about it, and of course they thought that was I was a real hero or a personality for getting to do that, and of course it was. It is a thrill and one of the traditions of the Braw Lads Gathering. Anyway, I'm sorry it's not happening this year. I would love it, but I applaud everybody for having this online event. One thing about coming home is that you really feel like it's home, even if you've been away 50 years like I have. There's no question that Gala and Scotland is home. Afrikaans speaking and English speaking South Africans, when they learn that the person's from Scotland, they'll be very proud to tell you that their grandparents or great grandparents came from Scotland, and they'll tell you the churchyard where their great great grandparents were born. Doesn't happen with any other nationality as far as I've observed. But Scotland is home, and it's great to be back in Gala. So have a great event, and I look forward to seeing it online. Bye for now.
I'd like to thank all our artists for tonight's performances. Thanks to Emily Coom for her rendition of Hills o' Gala. Thanks to our two bands, Galashiels Exervis Pipe Band and Galashiels Town Band. Thanks to John Gray for his recitation, and to all our exiles from throughout the world. Thank you. Well, folks, that's all from me tonight. I would now like to hand you back to our President, Willie White, to finish off this evening's proceedings.
I hope you have enjoyed this evening's entertainment and that you can join us tomorrow for our virtual investiture concert.
Braw, braw lads, on Gala water, bonny lads, on Gala water. Let them all say what they will, the gree is aye wi' Gala water. O tower yon moss, o tower